How do you make friends when you're 30 plus? 1. If you have at least one friend, or know any other humans that you feel you can stand for longer than a few hours, find similar interests you have, and this can lead to them introducing you to other people with the same interest: music, sports, gaming, etc. 2. Never turn down an invitation. Even if you're not feeling up to it, or feeling lazy, just go. You can always leave if you're not feeling it. But perhaps you might end up meeting someone who has the potential for friendship. It's obviously hard now with COVID and so many social restrictions, but hang in there. Join clubs of activities you enjoy. Talk to the people at your job. Write a message to your old classmates or friends. Meet your neighbors. My story: I recently switched jobs and I hadn't met any of my coworkers due to Corona. I saw a coworker's Volvo V60, my dream car, was up for grabs, and I was the only one who showed interest in taking it, so I went by his house to see it. We started talking, and it turned out we shared a lot of common interests: BBQ, beers, whiskey and cigars. He mentioned that he and some other coworkers had a little club, and they got together for slow cooking sessions. I instantly became best friends with half the management at my company. This is legitimately the hardest skill that I have still yet to master. Apparently a good question. Being 30 plus, I do find it more difficult to make friends these days. COVID doesn't help the situation. But it comes down to finding people with similar interests, or a shared activity, and just putting yourself out there a bit. Sometimes you might fall flat on your face, but most of the time you start a conversation with someone, and go from there. Get involved in activities where you will see the same people on a regular basis. You have that activity in common at least, and maybe create friendship from there. You wanna be friends? I'm not 30 plus yet, 28, but I've had good luck with just dating. We're all pretty lonely, and if you go into the first date with the attitude to find a friend rather than a lifelong companion, you'll usually have some pretty good luck. I felt lost when my marriage ended. So I volunteered in the community, and found myself, found new friends, and found a sense of purpose for my spare time. Now, 3 years later, when I go walking in the neighborhood, I can say hello to a great number of people, and I never feel alone. More than that, I'm hanging out with great people that also want to help the neighborhood. In conclusion, try volunteering. As a person in my 30s, I have no clue. You have two choices: bars and AA meetings. I feel like the catch-22 is this: being a parent makes it easier, because you have a natural connection to others, kids the same age, play dates, etc. But being a parent means you have so little time and energy for friendship, so it's kind of a wash. Shit, I'm 26, and it's already hard. I used to wonder this too. Then I had kids, and I have no time for friends. I'm not 30, but I learned being vulnerable about something off the bat makes random people more comfortable talking to you, especially embarrassing vulnerability. Understand your limits, expectations, and what you want to get out of it. Do you have kids? Work odd hours? Have a crippling addiction to OW? All these factor in, along with how much time you're willing to put towards making and maintaining friendships. Once you understand what you're looking for, now it's time to get out in the field. Looking for fellow hobby enthusiasts? Go to meetups, attend classes, do the hobby in a public place where people can see and engage with you. Looking for active friends? Go on those hikes, runs, to the gym, frisbee golf courses, etc. and keep your eyes open for good opportunities to make friends. Looking for mom friends to take turns, watch each other's kids, and generally connect? Go to parks, meetups, play places. It's fairly straightforward. Figure out what kind of person/people you want to be around, figure out where those people go to and congregate at, Then go to those places and be yourself. The catch is that you have to actively engage and approach people, which most people don't. It sounds childish, but the phrase, "do you want to be friends?" can get you places. People are social creatures, geared for interaction. How would you feel if someone approached you, showed interest in you as a person, and asked to be your friend? Barring them being an absolute psychopath, or you having a phobia of making new friends, most people would. As follow-up, stay connected. Try and spend time, or do things with them without being overbearing or needy. It's similar to dating in this sense, in that both parties are interested when they connect, but need to learn more about the other to be sure they want to keep spending time together. Be careful to stay consistent, and not let the relationship trail off as so many do. It can be hard. It can take a while to sift through people to find the ones you really connect with. But in the end, you gain a friend, and those are hard to come by. My boyfriend works at a local brewery. He's 30, I'm 26. A lot of the regular customers there are in their 50s, a lot of single men and women who would just go there, bring a book, order a beer, sit at the bar, and chat with people who sat by them. Some of our best friends are regulars there. I spent a lot of this summer at backyard fires at a 50-something-year-old's place talking about his army days, and he's just a guy who was bored at home so started going to his local brewery for a beer every weekend. I know it's hard with COVID right now, but there's nothing wrong with going to a brewery or pub alone with a book and chatting with anyone who's down to chat. Just ask to be friends like you're free. Someone will go for it. Learn to code AI and build robots. Make hay while the sun is shining, because soon you will be in your 50s still wondering how to make friends. The younger you are, the easier it is. 30 is young. Most common way, join a cult. Depends. If you have kids, you will legit make friends of your kids' friends' parents. If you don't, you gotta aim for either a wide group of parent friends, or a small round of not parent friends. Life is hard for everyone, bruh. Join a tabletop war and fantasy strategy group, have kids, and make friends with their friends' parents. I gained a new group of friends by getting super involved with people organizing our neighborhood. I was super nervous to go, and made my partner go with me to the first meeting, but now I consider them some of my closest friends after just a year and a half. Find something you're interested in, or that you're wanting to know more about, and join in casually. Right now is a really great time to do it, too, with everything on Zoom. Volunteering clubs, try meetup.com, or your local library might have free classes, where you can meet people, church work. It's legit hard without a shared public space. I wish you the best. Make sure you keep trying, as friendships are super important for mental health. Start playing Warhammer 40k. Meetup.com. I like to hang out at the school playground. Make money. Meetup.com. You can find people with similar interests, co-workers you really get along, can have fun, and have things in common with. Are hard to come by, it seems, but it happens. 3 of us had been going to the bar for a beer or two before heading home after work most Fridays for a bit before COVID forced the bar by work to cut its hours and open later. Friends? What are those? Go to concerts alone. Obviously pick music that you're into so you meet like-minded people, but I've made so many friends, and even my significant other in the music scene over the years get arrested, go to prison, make special friends. It's usually the people you've slept with, but didn't form a relationship with. You don't. I reckon that I'll be still at school, so just by talking to random students nearby. Mostly through work, or through your kids by becoming friends with the parents of your kids' friends. Echoing other answers of clubs and activities. I joined a new theatre group 2 years back, and I have a ton of new friends through that, spanning all age groups. Even if you don't want to act, These kinds of groups always want help with set, lighting, etc. As with all things, it's sometimes about finding the right group too. But something to consider trying, and see if you're interested. At least, once we're all able to actually do shit face to face, that is.